Hello friends, I am Dr. Sachin Mutha. Today let us study some of the topics from general pharmacology. First of all, what is pharmacology? So pharmacology is to study the effect of the drugs on the body. Now let us study pharmacokinetic. Kinetic means to revolve or movement. So pharmacokinetic means the movement of the drug inside the body, which includes metabolism, absorption, distribution, elimination or excretion, for which I have made a mnemonic MADE, M-A-D-E. M for metabolism, A for absorption, D for distribution and E for excretion. So this is pharmacokinetic. It is also effect of the body on the drug. Now let us study pharmacodynamic. Pharmacodynamic is effect of the drug on the body, for which I have made a mnemonic, that is MAP. M for mechanism of action, A for the adverse effect, and for P, that is the pharmacological action. This basic pharmacology, pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic we should know properly, then only we will be able to study the whole pharmacology subject. Now let us study some of the very short notes which often comes either in the MCQ type or in the short notes. Though for that, the first one is the orphan drugs. So what are the orphan drugs? Orphan drugs are drugs which are used for the diagnosis, treatment and for prevention of some of the rare diseases. In this, the example may be your digitalis antibody, and which is used for study of the digitalis toxicity. Then the second short note, that is the essential medicine. So what are the essential medicine? Essential medicine are medicine which are required to solve the health problem of majority of the population, and in which the example may be the IFA tablet in pregnancy, that is iron folic acid tablet for the pregnant lady. Then your rifampicin, INH, pyrazinamide, ethambutal for the tuberculosis treatment. These are all the examples of essential medicine. Now let us study some of the sources of medicine. For the sources of medicine, I have made a mnemonic, that is GM MAPS. Good morning MAPS. For the first G, that is the genetic engineering source, in which the medicines are prepared by the recombinant DNA technology, and in which the example is your human insulin or hepatitis B vaccine. Then Yum for microorganism. The sources may be from the microorganism, and the example is the griseofulvin. Then GM MAPS, M for minerals, and in this the example is ferrous sulfate or magnesium sulfate. Then A for animal sources. For the animal sources, the example may be the insulin, pork insulin. Then for the plant sources, the examples may be atropine, morphine or quinine. Then it comes the synthetic. For the synthetic source, the examples are very well known, the sulfonylureas. These are all the sources of the medicine, where in the exam a short note or the long question comes for the sources. Then the different routes of the medicine. Whenever we take a medicine, by which route we should give, when to give, how to give, why to give. So there are the different norms when the routes should be followed in emergency patient, or when the healthy patient comes in our clinic, or when we have to give the medicines in the hospitals. What are the different routes? So the different routes, it may be divided into two types, that is enteral or the parenteral. Enteral means through the oral system, from the mouth. When we give the medicine through the mouth, which enters then the GIT system, then which enters after from the mouth, then it enters the GIT, then from the portal when it enters the liver, then where the metabolism is there, and then it is distributed to the systemic circulation. This is overall of the enteral circulation or the enteral route. So for the enteral route, that is medicine from the mouth, and the other route, that is the parenteral route. Parenteral route means the route other than the oral route. It is called as parenteral route. So for the route of the medicine or the route of the drug, how it is given, for that I have made a mnemonic, that is TIPE. T. For T, we should always remember the T, it stands for topical. Topical means it may be given through the skin, applying on the skin, or through in the eyes, or on the skin, eyes or the ear, it may apply, and this is for the topical route. Ear drop, your eye drops, or the skin ointment. These are all the examples of the topical. Then for the eye, remember TIPE, TIPE, that I have made a mnemonic. For the eye, I for the inhalation route, inhalation, that is the nebulization or the rotahelers or the different medicine which we use for the inhalation system. Then TIP, P for the parental route. Parental route, as we have discussed, the various routes are there, that is the intravenous, then intramuscular, then subcutaneous, then intrathecal, intraarterial, then intraperitoneal, then intraarterial, intramedular. These are all the different routes which is given by the parenteral route. Also for the parenteral route or for the intravenous route, mostly for the intravenous route, the bioavailability of the medicine is 100% because it directly enters the systemic circulation. And for the parenteral or for the enteral, which we have seen, for the enteral, for the oral route, when we take the medicine, because it has to go from the mouth, GIT, then through the portal vein to the liver, and then it goes to the enters the systemic circulation. So for the parenteral route, there is the bioavailability is 100%, but for the enteral, the bioavailability is never 100%. This is always to be remembered. So now this is all the routes. Now let us discuss what happens when we take the medicine inside the body, what effect it makes with the body. And for that I have made a mnemonic, that is married cultural secretary, MARIDCS, means whenever we take a drug, what effect it makes. It makes for the M is modification of the immune system. Then for A, MARID, M for modification of the immune system. Then A for the antimicrobial action. Then for R is your replacement. Then for I is your irritation. Then for D is a displacement. Then for C, it is the cytotoxic effect. And C, MARID, cultural secretary. For yes, it is a stimulant action. For the stimulant action, the very well known example is adrenaline stimulus the heart. Then for the replacement therapy, we gives levodopa. So this is a displacement example. Then for the depression, we gives the barbiturate. Then for the irritation, counter current or the counteractivation, which affects, that means it causes the constipation. So this is all what happens when we take the medicine, what action it makes. So this is in short which I have described and tried to enumerate all the points in a very short and brief manner, so it will be able to, whenever you write in the exam, you can describe it in a according to you, but I have made in mnemonic form, so it will be able to understand. Now whenever we take the medicine, on what it acts, whenever we take any medicine, on what it acts. So it acts on the tire. I have made a mnemonic, that is TIRE. So for the T, it acts on the transporter. For the I, it acts on the ions. For N, TIR, for R, it acts on the receptor. And for E, it acts on the enzyme. So the medicine acts on the tire. Now let us study what are the different means what they say for the how the medicine enters, which we already seen. Medicine, after taking through the mouth, it enters the GIT, then the liver, then through the portal vein, then to the systemic circulation. This is what the medicine it enters after the oral route, and in parenteral route it enters directly to the systemic circulation. Now let us study the biotransformation. So biotransformation, what it means. Always a short note is asked. So what is the biotransformation? So the biotransformation means the chemical alteration of the drug in the living organism. And always whenever we take a medicine inside the body, there is a some of the chemical alteration in the living body, and that it is called as biotransformation. Always the end result of the biotransformation, it is the inactivation of the medicine. Whenever we take the medicine, it has to be inactivated. Means suppose we on the light, it should be off after some time. After our work is over, it should be off. So it in the same manner, when we take a drug, its activity should be stopped after some time. And this is the gist, that is the inactivation of the medicine, it is called as biotransformation. First of all, whenever we take the medicine, it may be into different form. So whenever we take the medicine, the active form or the active medicine, it is converted into inactive metabolite. And the example which is the from phenobarbital, it is converted to hydroxyphenobarbital. Suppose we take the active medicine, so for the active medicine it is converted to the again to the active metabolite, and there the example may be codeine is converted to the morphine. Suppose we take the inactive form, that is the prodrug. Always whenever we take the prodrug, it is converted to the again to the active metabolite, and where the example is levodopa is converted to the dopamine. So this is all the biotransformation. And what it is used, what is the benefit of the using the prodrugs or the biotransformation? So the uses are to increase the bioavailability, to increase the duration of the action, and to increase the specific site action. This is all in short. Today we have studied about the pharmacology. I am sure it will help you in the study if you listen it to the end. Now is the time for the MCQ. For the MCQ, first MCQ, what is the medicine? What is the medicine which is both derived from the animal and human being? The four options are quinine, eucalyptus oil, morphine, and the fourth, insulin. Yes, the correct answer is insulin. Now the second MCQ. What are alkaloids? Option A, acid. Option B, base. Option C, nitrogen. Option D, others. Yes, the correct answer is nitrogen. So these are all the MCQ for today, and the MCQ for all the audience, that is, you should answer the MCQ which I am asking in the comment box. So for today's MCQ for the audience, it is, what is the bioavailability of intravenous medicine? Hope you like this MCQ and all this general pharmacology topic. Still further there are some topics, that is the bioavailability factors, then the different phases, and little bit more it is remaining, not much but very short topic are remaining in this general pharmacology, which we'll try to cover in the next lecture. Hope you like this lecture. Thank you.